Hi everybody, and welcome to our Wooden Table Talk, where we are going to be discussing a question brought in from the Kenzie world. Thank you for the question. I wanted to introduce everybody. This is Autumn, our group lead specialist, and then we have Savannah, our intern. We have Skyla Pryor, our counselor, and Margaret Donald, our other counselor. And I'm Amy Brunson, the office manager. Our question is, what made you all want to become counselors?
I guess I can go first. So when I started my undergrad, I knew I was going to do social work. I just wasn't really sure exactly what I was going to do in social work. And somewhere along the way, I landed in doing community mental health as a QP. At that time, it was a qualified professional. And I just really fell in love with the occupation. I fell in love with helping people and just really being down in there. And I think I was able to bring a lot of my my own life experiences to it. And I think that kind of helped me solidify like how I wanted to do counseling when coming to a different attitude counseling. So that's pretty much how I got into it.
Okay. I as well went and did my bachelor's degree. I did it in psychology and knew I wanted to become a counselor at that point. And then, of course, I finished up my master's, and I always had that innate ability to want to help people. So it was a fun, enjoyable thing for me. So I was like, why not get paid for it? And it was something that I felt like if I could sprinkle a little bit of joy and peace and happiness out there in the world for somebody else, then it was going to be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was so sweet. I love that.
So for me, I actually kind of had this idea in high school. It was my intro to psychology class, and I kind of just took it as an elective, and I said, you know what? I really like this. So for the longest time, I actually wanted to be a psychiatrist. Realized that the medical model was not for me. I'm more of a wellness model kind of girl. Mm-hmm. So I got into the graduate program at Campbell and really realized that counseling was what I wanted to do, but also just because when I was growing up, there was a lot of mental health issues within my family. And once I actually had something happen to me, like with my mental health, panic attacks, if you guys want to know, I didn't realize just how detrimental they can be, and I just wanted to be able to help anyone be able to get through it because it is so hard. Mm-hmm. I just felt like I had to help people, and why not use this outlet?
So let me go back for just a second on something that you said.
Yeah.
Only in my case. It was really funny because I did not have any plans of becoming a counselor in high school or anything like that. But when I went back just a few years after I graduated and was looking through my annual, mm-hmm. and all I kept reading was, you're such a great listener. You've always really given me good advice and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, was I meant to do this all the time? Because, okay. It just would never even occur to me in high school that I would ever be doing this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you're good at it.
Well, mm-hmm. You're great at it.
Mm-hmm. Great. Fabulous.
So I guess for me, I've had a bit of a journey getting to this point. So for my undergrad, I wanted to go into fashion. So I worked in the fashion industry for a couple of years. Wasn't for me, just too tough of an environment. And I'm a very nurturing, loving person, and I'm just not hard enough for that. So I decided to go into education, and that was too much for me. Everything's just too much.
Both there.
So I didn't have the patience for that. So I was like, well, what is my talent? And what am I good at? And just like you, Margaret, with the listening and giving advice and stuff, I was like, okay, well, what fits that? Like, what career can I go with that? So I found Northwestern's program, and I finished there. And now I'm here, and I love it. I want to stay in this and continue helping people. So
Wonderful.
Did you know in high school, Skylar, that you wanted to?
I did not at all. When I was in high school, I knew I wanted to be in the medical field. I wanted to do pharmacy. So actually, when I got into college, I actually started off on doing pharmacy and chemistry. And then, Lord knows, I found out very well into my freshman year that was just not the path that God wanted me to be on, which is fine. No, I won't. So, at the time, I was also taking my intro to psych course, and I was called my mom, and I'm bawling. I was like, I don't think I can do it. And she was just like, well, what classes are you actually generally enjoying right now that are gen eds? I was like, well, I love my psych class. And she was just like, you've always wanted to help people. She got her bachelor's degree in psychology as well. So she was just like, that seems like that's the best fit for you. And I've loved it ever since and never turned back. So.
My turning point class was Intro to Sociology.
Yeah, mine too.
Man, when I hit that class, because I originally started school as an English major to work in a publishing house, but when I took that, everything felt right. Mm-hmm. Everything I was learning was like, give me more. And then the next thing I know, I had switched over to social work. So
the only class you do readings for. It's like, I'm not reading any text.
Oh, that is too true. So, Amy, what brought you to a different attitude?
Well, I guess like you guys, we all have a common theme of wanting to help people, and Margaret was like, Amy, I really need some help, just a couple hours here and there, do this and that for me, and I was like, okay. And then I started doing it, I was like, this is pretty easy, I can do this, and this is fun. And she's like, can you also do some of this? I'm like, yeah. And I do some of that, and I don't know, it's just been something that I really enjoy doing.
And you're really good at.
And she tells me all the time I'm really good at it.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yes, I am happy to be here.
Happy to have you.
I think that's a common theme, though. I think everybody that's kind of in this field, deep down, they just want to help people. And yeah, that's why we're here.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, one of the things I really would just like to say is that how much I think we are a good team and how much that we really try to support each other and be there for each other. And that's really important to me as far as like, you know, a different attitude being what it is. This is the only way it could be what it is if we support each other and are there for each other.
Yeah.
I agree.
I like our team.
Well, I just want to say thank you. This was our first inaugural session of the Wooden Table. Be looking for these once a month. Hopefully we will be able to get them out. If you have any suggestions or questions that you would like to ask, you can reach out to us at A Different Attitude on Instagram or our Facebook page at A Different Attitude Counseling PLLC. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.
That was so sweet.